Hi everybody, welcome to class. So today we are going to be doing a little bit of a just kind of wake up flow, so a little bit of vinyasa based. We're going to be doing some sun salutations, some basic postures, working on our vinyasas, and then winding down with a little bit of hip opening. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to start seated. So just coming into a comfortable seat on your mat. And notice if there is any tension at all in the body, maybe in the neck, in the shoulders, in the face. And just allow yourself to release this tension, noticing where it is, and then letting it go. And starting to find a bit more stillness in the body, maybe focusing a little bit more on the breath. And not really changing your breath, but just sort of watching the natural inhalations and exhalations as they enter and as they leave through the nasal passageways. Gradually beginning to deepen and elongate your breathing. Taking full, even paced in breaths all the way down to the base of the belly. Then exhaling that same even paced rhythm all the way out to full empty. And we're just exploring space within the lungs, within the cavity, in the chest. Noticing how much we can fill it with our breath, how much of that breath we can then again press out. As the breath awakens, so the mind will follow. So as we continue to breathe in this deep and engaged way, notice that the mind starts to become a bit more focused. We can bring the hands together into Atmanjali Mudra, together at the heart in prayer. And then taking that focus and starting to find your intention. What is your intention for this practice? And just keeping this intention present as you move. You can gently release the hands down over the knees and slowly start to open the eyes. And just kind of blinking a few times, letting the eyes wake up. And we're gonna start with a little bit of breath and movement. So as you inhale, I want you to stretch your arms up overhead as long as they can go. And upon the exhalation, hands are gonna come together and move back down to Atmanjali Mudra at the heart. And just keep moving with your breath, inhaling to reach up. Exhaling, hands come to heart center. And just continue to move and breathe. You can close your eyes if you want to. But continuing to play with that space within the cavity in the chest. How much can you fill it up? How empty can it become? Beautiful. Let's take one more time. Inhaling up. And then from here, exhaling, reaching arms forward and down to the mat and just relaxing your head to the earth. And as you rest here, I want you to focus on the breath moving into the lower back. And you can even just press slightly into the hands and kind of help roll the tailbone back to the ground behind you. So we're really opening up the back body. And then gently lifting the gaze. From here, you're just gonna walk forward onto the knees, finding a tabletop position. And because we were seated for a little bit, we want to kind of open the legs back up, so you can feel free to just move them a little bit behind you, one at a time, maybe giving them a little wiggle, a little shake. And then finding your tabletop position. So continuing this breath with movement, we're moving into some cat and cow. So as you inhale, belly drops down, gaze lifts. As you exhale, belly button moves to spine, gaze moves to thighs. And as we were doing before, just continue to move with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Finding that yoga between your breath and your body, that union. And you can slow it down, you can speed it up. Just whatever feels good. Let's take one more time. And then finding a neutral spine, neutral tabletop position. From here, we're just gonna tuck the toes, lift and press the hips back and up. So notice that my knees are still bent a little bit. That's totally fine, especially if the hamstrings are, feeling a little tight. It's the morning time. So just keep the knees bent, focus on getting the hips as high to the sky as you can. As you're reaching the hips, you're pressing into the base of the palms and just getting super long through the spine, through the belly. As the legs open, you can work the heels down. But since this is our first down dog, you can just pedal it out. Just find some movement. From downward facing dog, shift your weight forward, stack shoulders over wrists, plank position. Hold here. Keep reaching and lifting up through the body. Should feel light on the hands, light on the mat. Keep breathing through the nose here for 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, bring the knees down to the mat, then the heart. Press into the toes, inhale, come up for upward facing dog. And then we're gonna tuck the toes and take it back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Again, work on getting the hips up nice and high. Pulling in through lower belly space, Uddiyana Bandha. Keep breathing, one more. Now from here, we're gonna gaze up to the top of the mat and then take a step forward, take another step forward. Inhale, come up halfway fold, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, soften the knees, fold forward. And we can just relax here for a moment. Maybe grab the elbows, do a little ragdoll. Releasing the hands and slowly pressing all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Take a few grounding breaths. Feel the weight moving through the feet into the earth. Super, super stable. Toes are gripping into your mat. Again, make sure that there's no tension at all in the shoulders or in the neck. We're going to move through some sun salutations. So let's inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Now from here, take your right foot, step it all the way to the back of your mat, bring your knee down. Now your hands are going to stay on the floor. You're framing your front foot, but you're going to press the hips, lift the heart, and lift the gaze. So notice that my body is drawing a nice, long, kind of like upward curve. So from the back toes all the way through the crown of the head, getting really long. And then from here, we're going to take it back, plank position. Exhale, knees, then heart to lower down. Inhale, press, reach up, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. The right foot then steps forward, so it's the same leg that moves. Left knee comes down. Same thing, draw that upward curve through the body, from the back toes all the way up through the head. Pressing the heart forward, take a deep breath in. From here, we're gonna stand on our back leg, step up to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach the arms up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. This time, take the left foot, step it back, drop the knee, deep breath in, low lunge, press the heart through. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Now inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down knees, then heart. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, drop the right knee, full breath in, low lunge. Step right foot up to the top of your mat, exhale to fold. Inhale to stand. And Samasthiti, hands to heart center. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back, low lunge, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down knees, then heart. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, left knee comes down. Nice long low lunge. Step up to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand. Hands to the heart. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, fold forward. Step the left foot back, drop the knee, deep breath in, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, keep moving with your breath. Deep breath in. Stand and fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And hands come together to the heart. Again, close your eyes. take 3 grounding and regulating breaths. Open the eyes up. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Let's clasp the fingers, keeping index finger pointing up to the sky. And you want to keep the neck really nice and relaxed, but the arms are super duper extended. So arms are really strong, reaching overhead. Belly is long. You're going to inhale, reach up, and exhale, bend over to one side, right or left. Inhale, come up through center, reach, and exhale, stretch over to the opposite side. Now try not to fall forward. You want to stay long and open, so here the heart continues to reach up. Inhale, come up. As you exhale, let's reach forward and fold. Inhale, find length through your fold. And exhale, fold again. So here we are going to take a more active forward fold. So we're keeping the feet just a little bit together. Left hand is going to come down to center on the mat. You're going to bend the left knee and open up through the right arm. So it's a little bit of an asymmetrical twist. My left hip is sinking a little bit so that the right hip can lift up. And then if this feels comfortable, you can wrap the arm behind your back. Inhale, extend that top arm. Exhale, bring the hand down. Inhale, lengthen through the back. Exhale, fold, and we're going to switch sides. So right hand down to center on the mat. Bend that right knee forward. Press back through the left leg and twist. And if it feels a little different on this side, that's okay. You can wrap your arm if you like. Keep breathing steadily through the nose. Inhale, extend the arm back up. Exhale, hand comes down. Inhale, halfway fold, extend the back. And let's take a vinyasa. So moving with our breath, step both feet back, hop both feet back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's hold downward facing dog. So again, making sure that those shoulders are plugged in. Trying to reach the heels down. And if the heels don't reach the mat yet, that's totally fine. You can still find that kind of rooting action through the heels, even if they're lifted. One more breath. Gaze to the top of the mat. Inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Come up halfway fold. Exhale, fold. Feet are going to stay hip distance apart. Bend your knees and come up and sit back into your chair. So Utkatasana, chair pose. We want to be really nice and angular here. So noticing the angles in the body. Really sitting that tailbone back, reaching the heart up, getting deep into the thighs. And let's take a little bit of movement now. So as you exhale, arms are going to swim back. You're gazing down. Option to lift the heels. Inhale, heels down, arms back up, chair. 4 more times. Exhale, back, lift the heels. Engage the core. Inhale, come up, chair. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale back. Super strong. Inhale. Stand all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, finally. Take another vinyasa. So maybe hop the feet back. Lower down. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Okay, pedal it out. And I want you to start bringing your feet together in your downward facing dog. Legs are nice and zipped up. From here, inhale, lift your right leg. One-legged downward dog. Now really reach and extend out through the right toes. Pressing and getting as long as you can. Exhale, bring the foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, come up through the arms. And we're in crescent lunge. So my back heel is lifted. My front knee is stacked right over the ankle. And arms are reaching overhead. Now from here, start to reach up through the gaze. Maybe take a little cactus arms. But just trying to open the chest. Stay lifted, stay lifted. Inhale, come back up. From here, we're going to dive forward and find a little bit of a balance, warrior three. So warrior three doesn't have to be, this really intense posture. We're trying to work on your balance. You're trying to stabilize the standing leg. So you can totally just be right here. As you get more comfortable, you can start to flatten out and become a little perpendicular to the floor. Maybe at that point you reach the arms forward. Woo! But whatever you're doing, it's all good. So if you fall out, you can just come right back in. Take one more breath in your warrior three. From here, we're going to come down with the hands for standing splits. Now, if you're quite comfortable in standing splits, keep your right hand down. I want you to bend your left leg and reach back for your foot with your left hand. And then kick. Kick and lift. One more breath. You guys got it, wherever you're at. Coming back to standing splits. We're going to exhale. Bring left foot down to meet the right foot at the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring hands to the mat. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Bring the feet together in downward facing dog. Let's do that same sequence on the left side. Inhale, lift left leg. Again, extend, get super long as you can. Let's find crescent lunge. Bringing foot forward in between the hands. Come up through the arms and start to settle into your legs. And just find that moment of softness. Start to open the heart, open the arms. And you're just cracking open all of that space in the chest. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dive forward and balance warrior three. So again, maybe you're just right here. Maybe you try a different arm variation this time. You can play with your practice. That was what my teacher, his name is Barath Shetty. He's amazing, but he always said, play with your practice. Don't be afraid to play with your practice. So play around with different arm variations. If it's quite, easy for you to balance here, you can kind of just open your practice up. And same if it's not. Exhale, fold, standing splits. Again, if you want to take that extended variation, bend your top leg, reach back for your foot. And do a little kick. Release, standing splits. And then step that foot up to the top of your mat. Inhale finally. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down, step or hop. Feet back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, child's pose. So come on into a child's pose. And you're just relaxing here in your child's pose. Forehead is touching the mat. You can relax the arms. They can be out in front of you or out along the sides, down along the sides. But wherever you are, focus back again on your breath, regulating the inhalation and the exhalation. But also, this is a wonderful time to come back to your intention. What was that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice? Let it come back into the mind, let it come back into your space. And after that nice little reset, let's pop back up into our downward facing dog. Feet are going to come together. Inhale, lift your right leg, one-legged dog. Exhale, bring foot forward in between the hands. We're going to come back up to our crescent lunge and then open up into warrior two. So hips are open. Knee continues to stack over the front ankle. Back leg is really long. You're actively pressing into the outside edge of that back foot. Now relax the shoulders. What you should feel in warrior two is an equal sharing of weight between the front leg and the back leg. So the torso is just kind of floating through center. Now let's flip the palms and reverse our warrior, stretching it back. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Exhale, down to side angle. You can always bring forearm to thigh. Otherwise, hand's gonna come to the outside edge of your foot. From here, let's take it down to a low lunge. Hand comes to mat, back knee comes to mat. Make sure front knee, again, is always stacked. We're gonna press up through our arms. Interlace the hands, point, lift, and then start to extend back. So as you take these upper back bends, you never want the ears to move back behind the arms. You always want to keep arms and ears in the same place. So in line with one another. Otherwise the neck kind of just becomes a little bit collapsed, you lose your balance. So one more breath here. Inhale, come up. Exhale into half split. So how that looked was from your lunge, you're just gonna push the hips back, flex the front toes, and fold over that extended right leg. Okay, we're gonna do that movement forward and back 3 more times. So with your breath, inhale, move forward, press, reach the arms up, low lunge. Exhale, take it back and down, half splits. Again, inhale, press, come up. Exhale, take it down. And last one, inhale, press up. Let's stretch here for 5 deep breaths. If you want to move into Hanumanasana, full splits, feel free. If you are in full splits, make your way back to half splits, where we are right here. And then all together, we're going to kind of just drag that right foot through and extend it back into tabletop. Extended tabletop. So our right leg is lifted. I'm reaching out forward through my left arm. We're going to exhale, curl in, touch elbow to knee. Inhale, extended tabletop. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend and reach. Last one, exhale. Inhale, reach. Wrap. Grab the outside edge of your foot and kick. So reach, wrap, grab, and kick for 1, 2, and 3, release, extend, and bring it down. Roll the hips out. Find some movement, just kind of like a freestyle cat and cow, circling the hips, just releasing in any way that you need. And then when you're ready, back up, downward dog. Keep your Agni strong. Keep the heat moving. Bring the feet together. Lift the left leg. Exhale, foot forward. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. And then open, warrior 2. So again, we want equal weight, between the front leg and the back leg. So you don't want to be too far forward. You don't want to be too far back. Nice and evenly spread, torso floating in the middle. Flip the palms, reverse. Inhale, come up. Down to your side angle. Forearm to thigh or hand to outside edge of your foot. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your hand down. Plant your knee down. Adjust your legs if you need to. So again, make sure that you've got that nice solid stack in that front leg. Press up. Engage. Lock the fingers, start to reach up. And take it back. Arms stay in line with the ears. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, half splits. So again, what that looks like, you're coming up, pressing the hips back, flexing the toes, and folding over your left thigh. Start to feel a little more awake. The Agni is moving in the belly space. We're really activating our Manipura chakra here, or solar plexus, especially as we start to move back and forth. So let's inhale forward, reach arms up. Exhale back, fold down. 2 more. Inhale, press. Exhale, fold. Inhale forward, reach. Nice and watery. Exhale, take it back. Fold here again. If you want to take your full Hanumanasana, start to work your way. Maybe it looks like this. So if you see the shape that my legs are making, this is kind of like a literal Hanuman shape. Hanuman is one of the Hindu gods. He, in a nutshell, represents extension and like stretching yourself, going, great bounds to get to where you need to go. So that's why this posture is called Hanumanasana. But a lot of the depictions of God Hanuman, his legs are kind of positioned like this. And he's like, you know, leaping forward out in front of himself. So we're harnessing that Hanuman power. Okay, if you're in full splits, make your way back to half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana, half Hanuman asana. And we're gonna thread and extend. Extended tabletop, reach your right arm forward. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, exhale, curl it in. Inhale, stretch. Wrap. Grab. And kick. For 1, 2, 3, and release, extend, take down. Last time, move through some cats and cows. Now is a really great opportunity to stretch the wrists out. So if you need to do a little wrist stretch, you can gently work the wrists. We want to build wrist strength, but avoid, tendonitis and inflammation when we can. So make sure that you nourish your bones, you're nourishing your joints, especially through the fall and the winter. Take care of your wrists if you're doing a lot of yoga. Eat lots of ghee. And just finishing up your last movements here. And from tabletop, we're just gonna cross the legs, come to the seats, and then extend the legs forward. So give your legs a little shake. We're going to take Paschimottanasana. So walking sit bones back. Inhale, reach up through the arms, get long through the belly. Exhale, extend forward and come down. Now again, knees can always stay bent. You can keep this restorative by giving yourself a hug. But Paschimottanasana is one of the most relaxing postures. So after building all of this prana, after building all of this Agni and this heat and movement and energy in our bodies, we have to kind of meet it now with this more relaxing, restorative, kind of grounding, finishing practice. So Paschimottanasana is fantastic anytime you need to relax or just kind of de-stress. We're going to inhale, sit up. Bring the feet together for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So walk the sit bones back. You're going to extend and reach forward through the heart and through the belly, and then as it feels natural, the shoulders and the head are going to start to kind of come forward and round out. But you want to continue to stay long through the back body. And you're just breathing here again, right into that back, right into where your kidneys are, your sacrum. Just let it all open up. Inhale, gently come up. So we're slowing it down. Let's now open legs out wide for Upavishta Konasana. And you just want the legs at about 45 degrees. Knees can always bend, and we're reaching forward for the outside edges of the feet. So if you're feeling really tight, it might just look like this. You can also use your hands as support behind you, but we're trying to get the pelvis to tilt forward. Pelvis forward, that helps keep the back long. You're grabbing the outside edges of the feet, work the heart down first. Keep breathing. Inhale, sit up. Let's bring the legs together in front of us. Take the right knee, pull it up towards the chest. You can cross your foot over the opposite thigh if you like. Inhale, lift left arm, and we're going in for a twist. So as you exhale, ooh, and just kind of getting that good counter stretch after we spend all of that time opening the hips up in an external way. This posture here, Ardha Matsyendrasana, kind of helps bring it back into center. So it's the adduction. Now you're going to gaze forward and gently release. And feel free to just switch sides. Bend the left knee in, maybe cross it over. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Gaze forward. Exhale, gently release. Woo. We're going to shake the legs out in front of us. Walk the feet in. Extend the arms forward. And one last time, getting the belly nice and warm. Come up into a baby Navasana. So the knees are going to stay bent. And stay relaxed through the arms. Just kind of have this nice Sattvic, Buddha face. But just squeezing that belly space. Last few moments. And then we're going to lean back forward, bring the feet to the mat. Feet are at hip distance. And slowly roll all the way down, and you can just kind of reach your arms up overhead. Let the knees do a little windshield wipe side to side. You can always, move and adjust your legs as you need. And then from here, let's do a couple back bends. So you want your feet open at hip distance, heels in towards the sit bones, arms at the sides. We're going to inhale, press and reach up into bridge pose, and then exhale, roll it back down. So again, movement with breath. This is vinyasa. You're inhaling, coming up, exhaling, coming down. If you want to incorporate your arms, you can start to add your arms. Maybe the arms open out and circle around you. But again, really just getting creative with it. Just, what are all the different ways that you can merge and create a yoga between the breath and the physical movements. So finding stillness, coming back down to the mat. We're going to move into a more held back bend. So we have two options here. First, bridge pose. Second option, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Either option. Let's go ahead and come on up. I'm just gonna take a bridge pose. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead, exhale, come down. Great job. Let's go ahead, bring the knees in and just give yourself a nice big hug and kind of just massage the back body against the floor. Starting to relax. And then let's stick the feet straight up to the sky. You can shake the legs out, shake the feet out. Stick the legs straight up and relax. So you may feel free to do this up against an actual wall. If the hamstrings are short or tight, it might be hard to extend the heels straight up. So what you can do to help is sit on the hands. You can also place a block or a bolster underneath your hips, and that will help give you some extension through the backs of the legs. So from this position, we're gonna go ahead and take our left foot, cross it over our right thigh for figure 4, and then move into a little supine pigeon. So I'm threading my arms through the legs to grab a hold of my right shin. Left leg is in that figure 4 shape. And with every exhalation that you take, just kind of pull that right leg into the chest a little bit closer. Breathing into it and just feeling that left hip release. We're going to keep our legs in this figure 4 shape. You can release your hands down to your mat and just drop that right foot down. And then from here, arms open out to a T. I'm going to take my legs over to the right. So I'm twisting now. That figure 4 knee is pointing to the sky. So left leg is in figure 4, left knee is pointing to the sky. But I'm twisting to the right. So it is very helpful to really know your lefts and your rights in yoga. And we're just starting to wind it down. Let's bring our legs back up. Extend both feet to the sky, give the legs a shake. And then let's take figure 4, opposite way. So now I'm crossing my right foot over top the thigh. And then I'm gonna thread my arms through and come into that supine pigeon. So this is a great posture to take in lieu of pigeon pose. So if you're ever in a class and it calls for pigeon pose, maybe you're recovering from an injury or the hips are really sore, whatever it is, this right here is going to give you the same exact medicine, just be a little bit less intensive on the body. So supine pigeon is just a really well-rounded, great, restorative posture. And you can take it as deep as you want. So again, with every exhalation, you're just kind of pressing that left knee in towards the chest. That's bringing this right knee in and opening that right hip. Let's release, arms down, take left foot down, and then drop legs over to the left. You can bring arms out to a T. Again, just kind of sink into it. You should be feeling a stretch along your IT bands right here. Maybe there's some connective tissue that needs to be massaged open in this space. But as long as you're not feeling any, acute pinching or like sharp pain, then you can just kind of let the body sit. Let's take it back on up. Stretch the legs up to the sky, give them a little shake. And then let's reach for the inside edges of the feet for happy baby. So a little happy baby, you can move side to side, maybe extend both legs, just kind of getting into all of the edges of your hips before we take our final rest. Let's release, hug the knees in. And then come down into your final posture, Shavasana. And I just want you to completely let go and relax your entire body on your mat. You can do that a few times. And just feeling the weight of your body melting into the earth. And slowly all thoughts start to drift away. The face relaxes, the tongue relaxes in the mouth. And the breath lets go. And it's almost as if you're asleep, but not quite. Feel free to continue here in your Shavasana. Give yourself at least a few minutes to rest and reset. Remember, Shavasana is the most important part of your practice. Thank you all for a beautiful time. Can't wait to see you again. Namaste.